And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Vancouver Whitecaps FC versus CS Cartaginés, CONCACAF Champions Cup 2026, Round 1, Leg 2, 0-0 on aggregate. Cartaginés could win on away goals tonight as long as they draw at the home of last year's defending runners-up of this tournament, the Vancouver Whitecaps. Vancouver's looked pretty shaky throughout the first two games of this season for them. Their CONCACAF opener and their MLS opener, they won on the weekend, 1-0, a goal from Aziel Jackson. They drew in Costa Rica. Do they pop up here and do some good, or do they get upset? The team you don't expect to get upset going in, do they get the upset? Possible 2 upsets over the next 4 hours in CONCACAF. Of course, the Defense Force Philly game, we know where that's probably heading, but we'll be live for it tomorrow anyway because it's the last game of the round and it's 6 p.m., so it's not like I'm waiting too long for bullshit. So either way, and also, if there's any fan base that will watch a Dead Rubber game and show up during a stream, be the Trinidadian fan base. We know how loyal they are. So here we are. Starting 11s are as follows for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC contra CS Cartaginés, la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF, primera ronda, partido vuelta, 0-0 global. Posible gols visitar para Cartaginés esta noche. Posible empate para la empate de la Cartaginés. Goals visitar. Starting 11s are as follows for the Vancouver Whitecaps: Yohei Takaoka. The back four of Eddie Campo, Tristan Blackman, Ralph Prizo, Tate Johnson. The midfield 2 of Oliver Larraz, Sebastian Berhalter. The attacking midfield 3 of Kenji Cabrera, Javon Badwal, and Emmanuel Sabi. Up top, we have Brian White. They're not playing Thomas Muller. He's on the bench, but he's not starting. That's okay. Starting 11 for CS Cartaginés. In goal, Kevin Briseño. The back 4 of Carlos Barahona, Diego Gassin, Fernand Ferons, and Diego Gonzalez. Midfield 4 of Suhander. We have Douglas Lopez. We have Luis Flores and Jose Mora. And up top, we have Ricardo Marquez and Christopher Nunez. For the first of 2 games we're live for tonight, we review the later game. Well, unless it's obviously like 5-0 Galaxy, and well, we'll see what happens there. O&M got their shit rocked, 9-0 loss. Yeah, they lost 13-0 on aggregate. Oh my God, that was... Do you realize why I didn't do that game? It was already over, and then they just got freaking murdered on live TV. You think that'd be fun? I mean, considering I got to be up at like 10 in the morning tomorrow for like a haircut, I probably should have done it, but I forgot. I kind of forgot about it, but either way. The Galaxy game, at least it's a possible competitive tie. Even though they have the away goals, there's still competition towards that tie. If it's a 1-1 tie, we go to extra time. Oh, shit. That would not be good for me, and I certainly wouldn't review the game if we go to extra time. Either way. I guess not, but either way. ESPN only showing the Galaxy game. Why? Because I guess they're disrespecting the Whitecaps, which is crazy. But Aravanas of Timber. Yep, saw that. Saw it. That's a good move. It is a good move, I have to say. Great signing, I agree. Cincinnati will play Tigres in the next round of the Champions Cup. They're going to the round of 16. It's not my job to decide what's shown on ESPN in the Caribbean. It's not my job. And I don't disrespect the Whitecaps. I'm not the one who disrespects the Whitecaps, at least with how good they actually are. Takaoka. The redhead stepchildren thing about the Whitecaps is a joke. Johnson, Prizo, Blackman, Acampo, Larraz, Berhalter, Cabrera, Badwal, Sabi, Brian White. he's trolling. Pepita's trolling. Whatever bullshit he's on. Leafs are losing to Tampa, I know. I don't care. I'm glad, honestly. Mexico's beating Iceland. Okay. We care more about this. So. Hope Vancouver finished the job. I mean, I don't want them to get eliminated, or I should say embarrassed yet. Mexico with a half-assed lineup. Not surprised. Tage Thompson starting where he left off. Vancouver will finish this. Well, I mean, I would hope so. If they don't, they get embarrassed. Marco Ortiz, the center ref from Mexico. Martinez and Bustos as well for Mexico. Fourth official from Panama. No Thomas Muller. Well, he's on the bench, but no starting for Thomas Muller. Here we go. VAR officials. Oscar Macias, Eric Miranda. When they lose, they think they're shit. When they win, they think they're amazing. It's that simple. Like, Mexico is like, bipolar is all shit. Briseño. Gonzalez, Perón, Mesen, Barahona. Suhander. Lopez, Flores, Mora. Marquez, and Nunez. If Mexico loses, they think they're the worst. If Mexico wins, they think they're the best in the world. It's. Then again, I know how that feels. Leafs fans are the same way. Who am I kidding? I know how it feels. Yeah, because he broke his teeth. And Kurt Angle wore a damn mouth guard, which makes it look like you have no teeth. Because it protects your teeth, which, you know what, fair enough. But either way, 2-0 Mexico. I think Iceland just sucks. Oh, this is cool. One Football becomes the new home of MLS Next Pro matches in 2026 with a new global partnership. All league games will be available for free on One Football. There will be games available on YouTube. So I guess because we got rid of Season Pass, MLS Next Pro is no longer on Apple. Why? What, they couldn't just put that as its own little, like, there's an MLS folder on the app anyway. And there's an F1 folder on the app. Like, whatever, we're off. 27 seconds, 0-0. Vancouver going the other way. Iceland plays like a third division team. Eltree Heritage should have done the game. CONCACAF Champions Cup matters more in a stupid friendly that shouldn't be played in the middle of February. These are competitive games. And it's not like Vancouver has a 3-0 lead. And maybe I would have done the Iceland-Mexico game if Vancouver actually finished this tie last week. Like they should have. Who knows? Maybe I would have been like, you know what? It's still a better idea. Yeah, sure. But they didn't finish it, so it's all to play for. So, want me to throw on the freaking multi-view? Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Next pro games on YouTube. Well, they've always done that for a select few games. They've always done that. The One Football thing's the new thing. So no Apple TV for Next Pro. Did you hear the news on Promise David? Yep. He's going to have surgery, and he might make the World Cup, but it's going to be a tight squeeze. And he's not going to be 100% at the World Cup. Well, we still got Jonathan, though. Acting like, whoa. What do you mean, no good strikers? Tenny Luache's good. And he scored for Villarreal. Luache's good. Stop. No. We ain't doing that. Now that means Laren's going to make the fucking squad, which means he's... Hopefully Jesse Marsh sticks his ass on the bench. Take him, fine. Stick him on the bench. Well, it's more like because we know Laren's getting taken, and, well, knowing Jesse Marsh, he might just start his ass. That's a good point. But they still have Tenny Luache. We're not doing that here. We're not slandering. No Tenny Luache slander. Besides, header. If only Toronto would play Vilsant. Either way. Well, I mean, I would assume that. Do you think Matthew Tkachuk will be an NHL legend? I hate the son of a bitch, but yeah, he's a legend. I mean, winning a gold medal for the USA and 2 Stanley Cups back-to-back and a President's Trophy. I think he was on Florida when that happened, yeah. Making 3 Stanley Cups. I know he was on Florida when that happened. Yeah, no, I hate the son of a bitch, but he's a legend. I think he's a rat bastard, but yeah, he's a legend. I think the gold medal already did it. Like 2 Stanley Cups, 3 finals. I think he was there for the President's Trophy. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. He either came in the year after for the 3 finals runs. Either way, 3 finals runs, 2 cups, a gold medal. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a rat bastard, but he's a legend. Better his brother will ever be. I know, select, but the league will also make games available via YouTube. It's the same thing. It's not all of them. All of them will be on One Football. Select games will still be on YouTube. It's just Matthew's been there since 22. Yeah, so President's Trophy, 3 cup finals, 2 cup wins, gold medal. Yeah, no, he's already a legend. I mean, there's a lot of players who can't even get that. So, no, I don't like the guy, but I think he's a rat bastard. But, no, you did good. I was just watching Mexico because after this game, the fans are going to think they're good, but they don't realize the realities will hit when they face a team like Colombia, even the Dutch. Cleared away by Vancouver. Missed corner by Cartaginés. Oh, okay. Only Tanny and Jonathan David go. Well, they're still healthy, so. Matthew Tkachuk was there with his brother. If you see Dillon come in, show him love. Yep. Timo Meier gets the Devils on the board. Do you want Vancouver to win? I mean, I picked them to win the tie. I mean, it would be embarrassing if they didn't. And all the shit that's going on with Vancouver, I at least want them to get the one they should get. I don't want Vancouver winning this trophy. And the way Miami started their season, they might be fraudulent. So, and the semifinal could be Vancouver-Miami again. Great. That's going to end well. If the game is still 0-0, Vancouver will win the tie. Wait, no, extra time. Actually, my bad. No, it's extra time. My bad. No, Vancouver has to score no matter what. Now, if there's a scoring draw, they're losing. Cartaginés, if they draw with a goal, if it's 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, if it's any scoring draw, Cartaginés goes through. It's that easy. 0-0 extra time because nobody scored an away goal, nobody scored an opening goal. But the longer this goes, I guess Vancouver would win if this goes extra time because I don't see Cartaginés holding out for 120 minutes. I also don't see Cartaginés winning a penalty shootout if they did. So I don't see that either. So Vancouver would probably still win if it was 0-0. But after 90, you go to extra time, then penalties. Vancouver has to win outright to win the tie. Or win on penalties. But in extra time, they have to win outright to win before penalties. So either way, Vancouver has to win outright. They have to score. They have to win outright. They draw with a scoring draw, they're out. They draw 0-0, they go to extra time. We'll see what happens there. If it's still 0-0 through 120, or actually, no, I think if there's a scoring draw after 90, if it was like 1-1, I think that would still knock out Cartaginés. The away goal doesn't matter after 90 in extra time. So Then it's just about what the aggregate says, I think. So, yes, it did. McKinnon's miss pissed me off. Slightly, yes. I mean, the Galaxy are still frauds. There's no Ricky Pooge. The Galaxy were honestly crappy against NYCFC. They're playing at home, yeah, but, you know, I think Miguelito still have a chance. Now, the question is they have to, like, have a scoring draw of higher than 1-1 because they need the away goals. They can win outright. If Miguelito wins 1-0, they're going through. If they draw 0-0, then it's the Galaxy with the away goal. If Miguelito has a scoring draw of 2-2 and above, then they win on away goals. A 1-1 draw would send it to extra time. They win outright, they win. Because then away goals, if it was 2-1 Miguelito, they would win. Because it would be 3-2 on aggregate. Point is, they have to score 2 goals at least. Well, 1 goal and hope LA doesn't score more than 1. But if they win outright, basically whoever wins outright tonight over there can. And I could see them winning. Weirdly enough, I could see them winning or getting a 2-2 draw. I could see it. So we'll see what happens because we'll be live for that one too. So we'll see what happens. I think they have a chance. Slight, yes, but how did Miguelito do in Central America? They were the shot wide. Miguelito, 2025 CONCACAF Central American Cup. Alajuelense, Xelaú, Olimpia, Alajuelense, Xelaú. I think semifinalists. I think they were in the semifinal. I think they made the semifinal. Hold on. And lost to Xelaú. They either won a play-in tie or made the semifinal. I don't know why I'm forgetting. Corner. It'll get me over to the other turn, I think. Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Well, that worked. Cross in. Header over the bar. There we go. Central American Cup. All right. Knockout stage. Sporting. Nope. Sporting won a play-in tie. Okay. Nope. Xelajú beat Sporting in the quarterfinals. Sporting beat Plaza Amador in the play-in tie. They were a play-in winner. Xelajú and Real España were one of the semis. That's how Real España got in. Okay. I knew Xelajú played Miguelito. That's why I was, yeah. Quarterfinal loss, play-in winner. Yep. Over Amador. Cartaginés won a play-in as well. That's why they're here. Listen to Rod Stewart a little bit. Yes. Yes, they have. Probably more like the last 6. Because Florida's a dirty fucking team. That's how. Because Florida's a dirty fucking team. That's how. And 3-on-3 overtime is bullshit. Because Florida's a dirty fucking team, and 3-on-3 overtime is bullshit. There you go. Colin Campbell is a dirty son of a bitch. Florida is protected by Colin Campbell, and 3-on-3 overtime is bullshit. Cleared away by Cartaginés. Nope, that is a goal kick. Still 0-0, 10 minutes in. Interesting. I mean, it's a good look for MLS. O&M is the worst team on paper in this tournament. Cincinnati. It's a good look for Cincinnati because they rotated. For example, Cincinnati rotated and they still beat the shit out of O&M. Cincinnati is not the best team in MLS. LAFC is one of the top 3 best teams in MLS. So whatever difference between O&M and Real España comes out in the wash. Real España is a better team than O&M. That is correct. But whatever better betterness between the two teams comes out in the wash because LAFC is a top 3 MLS team on paper and by record. Cincinnati is not. Cincinnati's good, no question. Top 5, top 6, top 7 for sure. But O&M being the worst team in CONCACAF versus number 5, 6, or 7 in the MLS. And then Real España being not as bad as O&M, but maybe, 3 or 4 places better? That comes out in the wash. So if you look at it, Cincinnati just put a foot on their neck and said, yeah, the tie is over, but we'll still beat the shit out of you at home. LAFC did the opposite. They played Sun. They played Buanga, and they still only won 1-0 at home last night when that tie was already 6-1. And LAFC put out their best guys, and they still only won 1-0 at home when Real España, or was it a 1-1 draw? Either way. No, it was a 1-0. I think the goal was offside. Yeah, 1-0. So my point being is this. Cincinnati could put their foot on O&M's neck, and they chose to keep it on there, even if they rotated. They still beat the shit out of them. I imagine how much worse it would have been if they didn't rotate. And even some of the guys that would have been in the squad weren't even in the squad. So that was ugly. That was a murder on live TV. That game was a murder on live TV. There's a reason I didn't do it. The tie was already over, and then they had a murder on live TV. That was ugly. Either way. LAFC should have done to Real España what O&M had done to them by Cincinnati, but it didn't happen. So my point being is this. Yeah, it's a very good look for MLS. Once you have a team, to me, and it doesn't count because the round 1 does not count to the table and goal differential and all of that because not everybody plays in round 1. But, so they had no reason. They had no reason to run up the score, and they did anyway, which I like that. It shows Cincinnati might be trustable now. I don't know. So, my point being is this. You look at it, and LAFC should have done what happened to O&M to Real España. They should have. They already had him dead to rights, and they should have beat their ass even harder at their own stadium. It was that simple. But, Cincinnati does, though, and they don't even play their best guys. LAFC played Sun and Buanga, and they only could manage 1 goal, and it wasn't even one of their strikers. It was Nkosi Tafari. Good player, but center back. No, I think they'll sell. Whoever was here for the Olympic hockey, you better have enjoyed the Olympic hockey because I don't think I'll be going live for any hockey games until next January at the very earliest. Yeah. You ain't going to get no playoff hockey in April and May. I'll tell you that right now because the Leafs suck and the Blues are even worse. Will I be watching Stanley Cup playoffs anyway? Probably. It's the best playoffs anyway, but I ain't going to be live for any games unless... How are Winnipeg doing? Habs? Hey, if I have any openings and I want to go live for some playoff hockey, maybe I'll just choose a random game. I don't know. Would it be more likely if it's Habs or Jets or whatever? Yeah, it'd probably be more likely. But hey, that's the good news is I don't have to worry about the Leafs being in the Stanley Cup final when the World Cup's going on. Man, that would be fucked. Probably good for me that they kind of take this one off. Yeah, I don't disagree. You're right. You're not wrong. But there's the difference between putting a little bit of toughness into it and just being utterly like breaking every rule and being allowed to break every rule. There's a Boston Bruins, and then there's the Florida Panthers. The Boston Bruins are assholes. The Boston Bruins are dirty. Always have been. But they never, ever, ever got to openly break the rules. At least when they got caught doing some rat shit, they still went to the box. Other teams still feared them. I still fear the Bruins. But at least when they got caught doing rat shit and Zdeno Chara punches a guy, freaking towers over a guy and punches him while there's a freaking fight going on, he goes to the box. The Florida Panthers do not go to the box for anything or get suspended for anything because Colin Campbell's around. Because Colin Campbell's son is the AGM of the fucking team. Colin Campbell, who should never be in the Hall of Fame. And that's why Sam Bennett should have been suspended for what he did to Anthony Stollers. Sam Bennett should have also been suspended for what he did to Matthew Nyes 2 years before. Freaking, there's so many suspensions they should have had happen to him over those 3 playoff runs or seasons. And there wasn't. Thanks to Colin Campbell. There's a difference between the Bruins and Panthers. The Bruins are the Bruins. It's just who they are. But at least when they get caught doing some rat shit, they go to the box. Florida doesn't. They get told, hey, just keep doing the shit you're doing. Good. And then when somebody chooses to retaliate, they're the one who gets fucking suspended. Man, I could only imagine if Nazem Kadri was still on the Leafs. Oh my God, that would be such a freaking, oh Lord. Man, if Nazem Kadri was still on the Leafs and he was playing the Panthers, oh Lord. He'd probably be suspended for the rest of his fucking life. Since Sabal drew 1-1 at home, I cannot recall the last time a Caribbean team was sought against Liga MX and MLS team. Yeah, that was last year, but you know you're right. Yep. I mean, their defense played well, but I also think LAFC put their best guys out there, but they also played like 10 times slower than they normally would. Like, they put their best guys out there just to freaking slow walk the game, which makes no sense. 0-0, 20th minute. Vancouver looks better, but they haven't scored yet. Shot wide. No surprise. If LAFC was playing to their normal level, I don't think that would have been a problem. So their defense took what was given to them. But either way. Blues might trade one of their best players to Montreal. Yep, Robert Thomas. Hey, you know what? Maybe I will. Now that you say that, well, I mean, I have no problem with the Montreal Canadiens. You know, I never had a problem with the Habs at all. Even if the 3-1 series blown lead happened. I've never had a problem. The Habs-Leafs rivalry is a rivalry to boomers. When it comes to Toronto-Montreal, the rivalry is now TFC, CF Montreal. But either way, like, I've never had a problem with the Habs. So you know what? Maybe if I do some playoff hockey, it's going to be the Habs with players I already like to watch and then some former Blues. Can't hurt. So do with that what you will. 2-0 Mexico. I'm surprised Rory said nothing about the Colin Campbell thing. Mexico leading Iceland. You know what? Canada, get your shit together. Hockey's your thing. What's wrong with y'all? The Leafs are just garbage, kid. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the Habs are doing well. Edmonton, I haven't checked, really. The Leafs are just garbage. I don't know what to tell you. The Leafs are garbage. I don't know what to tell you. Brad Treliving is horrible. Playing forward. I'm surprised the Leafs Oilers doing fine. Okay, yeah, no, it's just the Leafs being garbage. That's all. Like, no, the Leafs are the biggest team in Canada, but they're also the most fraudulent team in Canada. Come on now. Comfortably in the playoff spot. Okay, so they just started slow, and unlike the Leafs, they got back. Okay. Answer me this. Why did Marco Rubio meet with Trinidad's prime minister? Talk about Cuba. What does Cuba got to do with USA and Trinidad regime change coming in Cuba? Yeah, no, they're probably going to go after Cuba. It looks to me they're going after Cuba. Why does Cuba have to do with Trinidad? Yeah, they're going after Cuba. 23rd minute. Because Trinidad happily will let ships dock in their freaking country. Playing forward. Here's a chance. Vancouver. Cross shot. Blocked. What a block by Cartaginés. Brian White shoots it right to a player's legs. 24th minute. Why are we doing this, Vancouver? Stop embarrassing yourself. Playing forward. But I'm glad. You know what? I wouldn't even complain. Macklin Celebrini deserves a Stanley Cup. You know what? I wouldn't even complain. No. The Leafs aren't even going to be in the playoffs. I don't give a shit. As long as Florida doesn't win the cup again, I'm happy with anything. Okay, no. We don't want Boston to win either. But the Blues aren't going to be in the playoffs and the Leafs aren't going to be in the playoffs. You know what? If Macklin Celebrini wins the cup, you know what? The future is teal. Fuck it. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go. You know? I could root for Macklin Celebrini winning the cup with the Leafs and Blues not in the playoffs. I'm good with that. I'm good with it. The future is teal, motherfucker. The future's teal. The future is teal, motherfucker. Too many to count. Fuck. I mean, shit. Probably over 9,000. Gotta be, right? And I'm not even memeing. It's over 9,000. That'd be a good tie. I'll be down. San Jose's not too far from where I'm at. I'm down because the future is teal, and Macklin Celebrini is just awesome to watch. I'm down. I'm down. Shit. If the future is the Montreal Canadiens, as long as Bettman calls it. Hey, if we don't win, like there's 3 away games for our home opener? If we're winless through 4, yeah. Yeah. And if they keep Fraser as the manager, or if they do fire him and put in some fucking patsy, yeah, I will. They call the pirate, well, we'll see what happens there. We'll see a turnaround happen, but if they go the safe route, which is the most unexpected, or I should say, if they go the safe route, which is not a safe route, but you get my point, or if they keep Fraser and they're winless in 5, yeah, no, I will. I mean, I already have, but there's no reason to be There's no reason to be coping. So if the hopium will wear off in 5 matches if we don't win any of them, or even pull out a draw. And like, if we're 0-0-5 or we're 0-1-4 or something like that, or 0-2-3, yeah, pick up a win. We'll see. Yeah. How we doing, Henry? Next week, Champions Cup will be fire. I don't think there's any Champions Cup till like the 13th or whatever that week is. What's up, y'all? How we doing, Henry? My daughter's going to the island of Hvar in May. Celebrini's grandfather's birthplace is Croatia. Well, I can see why Celebrini is such a good player then. He's got Croatian blood. Yeah, that makes sense. Because Celebrini, yeah, he's got the skills, but dude's unexpectedly tough. Like, he looks like Mitch Marner. He's got, like, the body type of Mitch Marner, and the dude's, like, not even 20 yet, yeah? Or whatever. The dude's actually tough, though. So, no, I can see why. Why? If San Jose goes to the playoffs, I can see myself going live for a couple of San Jose playoff games, yeah. Is there a possibility I'll just pick some random Stanley Cup playoff games when I have a chance to go live for without the Leafs and Blues? Yeah. I could see myself doing Sharks games. I could see myself doing Jets games. Well, no, Jets are probably in trouble just as much as the Leafs are, but either way. Nice. And it's free, right? 0-0, 29th minute. 0-0 esta noche y global. Tiempo extra posible. Here comes Cartaginés. If they score, then Vancouver needs to double whatever Cartaginés does. Oh, my Lord. Oh, what would happen? Oh, Barahona, don't. He was here for the hockey. Shot wide. It's schedule problems. It's the way his shifts land. Okay? Unless it's like midweek and there's a game he wants to see during the midweek. He was here for the World Series. Those were in the midweek. He was here for the hockey, which is in the morning. He was here for some Formula One, which is in the morning. But it's either in the morning or if it's a midweek game, you know. It's just the way his shifts land, you know. That's about what I'll say. That's what I'll give away. That's what I'll give away. I won't totally say what it is because, well, either way. But it's just the way his shifts land. It's hard for him to be here on weekend evenings. It's not. Well, yeah, I guess it is hard, but 30th minute. Okay, so villages give last names is what you're saying. Because I've seen Subasic, I've seen Sakic, of course. As there was a player on the 2018 Croatian World Cup team that was named Subasic. I remember that. And then Joe Sakic. 31st minute. And there's a player down. This is a free kick for Vancouver. Badwall's holding his arm. See where this goes. I thought the San Diego Zoo was straight up free. I thought the San Diego Zoo was straight up free. The goalie. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Subasic was the goalie before Livakovic. Okay, yeah. I knew I remembered some. I was like, he did pretty well, though. Yeah. The goalie for Livakovic, yeah. .32 minute. Free kick. $60 a ticket, damn. The St. Louis Zoo is free. I think. Yeah, I think the St. Louis, it was, at least. Maybe it changed after COVID, but I remember in St. Louis it being free, so. Thought San Diego was the same way, but. Yes. Probably inflation. 33rd minute. Cross in, header, wide. Goal kick. Vancouver being tied shocks me. They're playing good football, but Cartaginés is playing tough. 73. Playing forward. That's just sad. Jack Hughes got spinoramaed by Tage Thompson, who assisted Peyton Krebs for a Buffalo goal. Aren't you better than that, Jack? Spinoramaed. Dumbass. Either way, 34th minute. Playing forward, Vancouver. Sabi. Playing forward. I don't know why Trinidad's being dragged into it. Shot! Save! Rebound covered, Brasenio. And they're being dragged into it because they're letting themselves be dragged into it. Yeah, I mean, the thing I know about Berry Farm is I think Jogwheel, Jonathan Paula, did a season of like roller coaster commotion there. The microwave show guy. No, the one who recorded it, not the guys who hosted it. The guy who taped it was the cameraman. Well, as long as she's paying for everything, I mean, how can you complain? How could you complain? Either way. Yeah, that's fair. You drive, she pays. Hey, I find that fair. Either way, 36 minute. 3 steps of success, microwave show, movie night, that channel, yeah. Damn, I didn't even hear about that. I'm not in California, though. But that's sad. That's actually sad to hear. Damn. What happened? It's got to be some... Well, I don't know. It could have been... I don't know. I mean, there's no positive way. Accident on a ride or a shooting? Which one was it? I could guess either way. 50-50. It was either accident on a ride or him being shot. Either or. He fell off like one of the biggest roller coasters. Oh, okay, yep. So accident on a ride. And it's not closed? Huh? And they didn't close the damn park? Huh. 38th minute. Playing forward. Can Vancouver find a goal? I think the ride closed. Okay, but I think when the guy who died at, or whoever died at Schlitterbahn in Kansas City, they closed the whole damn park. Either way. Vancouver pushed down the box. Penalty! Penalty! Para Vancouver! Yeah, that's probably how they were going to get their goal. I'm not going to lie. Well, they still got to score it. Still close to all my roots. Longford, Ireland, St. Albans, England, Osijek, Croatia, and Babbage is actually on the Bosnia borderline. Penalty. Sabi pushed down the box. First, I'm sure they're going to check it. I don't know about that. He freaking bodied him away from the ball. I don't know. Nah, that's soft. Nah, that's soft. That's a soft penalty. Vancouver, Brown, White to take it, give Vancouver the lead. Oh, she's paying and driving. You know what? Nice. Nice. Huh. And it's going to be a penalty for Vancouver. Brown, White. Shot! Saved! Oh my God! Ball don't lie. Corner. And Vancouver missed. So what's her name, Henry? We ain't talking about a little fight. It's usually a massive brawl. If you don't mind me asking, what's her name? She's very southern. Oh, okay. All right. Deborah Lee. So she's not from LA in the first place. Let me guess. Southern girl either went to USC or UCLA because she wanted to get out of the South, or she's a Southern belle who wanted to be a model, so she went to LA. Let me guess. Just a hunch. It's either or. Mother said, why is Vinicius showing his underwear if he scored today when he danced with a corner flag? Oh, he did it again. What did I do? What did I do? And there is an extra penalty. Oh, it's a retake. Vancouver has a retake. Oh, he came off the line. Alabama, her mom made her join the Navy. Oh, okay. Damn. I wonder why. I wonder why. Retake for Vancouver. Brisaniel came off his line. No way. No. Okay, that's just... No. Oh, no, it is a corner. Okay. Okay, no, it is a corner. I was like... So whatever they showed was not a retake. Okay, they were showing the other penalty. CONCACAF, you're doing horribly with your directing. No retake. That was a corner. My bad. CONCACAF fooled me. Dude, I'm not Bill Belichick. What do you mean? I'm not playing the game. I'm not coaching the game. It's all about in sports. I don't cheat in general, but, you know, they should change the rule on penalties. When the ref blows his whistle, the goalie can move anywhere. I got confused, but either way. I don't cheat in sports. I'm not Bill Belichick. I don't cheat. Either way a man could cheat, I don't cheat. I've never cheated on a test. I don't cheat. I don't cheat on people. I don't cheat in sports. I don't cheat on tests. I never did. But either way, 44th minute. Ain't none of that. FC 26 TFC takeover. I'd rather take them over in real life. I'd rather take them over in real life, but, you know, call the pirate. Either way. Hey, you know what? That ain't bad. I mean, you know what they say about military spouses, though? Or the spouses that are actually in the military. Wait, no. No, is it the spouses that stay at home? Speaking of cheating, I think it's the spouses that stay at home, but then again, I mean, barracks bunnies and all that. Either way. Either way. 44th minute, 0-0. Playing forward, in through, header cleared. What happens if there's extra time? Do I do the next game and just look at both? Either way. But 3 minutes of stoppage time. Do you think you fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of everything that's around you. Corner, goal kick. Just tell him to come forward or whatever. I don't know. 45 plus 1. 0-0. 0-0. Esta noche y global. Corner. Well. '46th minute. I mean, from what I've heard. 45th minute. Ball crossed in. Header cleared away. Playing forward. Sabi got a yellow card. One halfway through stoppage time. Lopez got a yellow as well. Well, I don't know if I'd say that about the Air Force. Air Force is just where you go when you're forced to go to the military and you really don't want to fight. And you really want a desk job. Nobody matches up to the Marines, though. Except Navy SEAL. Navy SEALs, now, them some badasses. Navy SEALs, them some badasses. But then again, you have to be in the Navy, which is funny because the Marines are a department of the Navy, which is, yeah. Yeah, I don't realize how Marines are so based, but either way, well, the people in the Marines are based. Now, they'll just go off and say that. But, well, I mean, they're tough people. And it's halftime. 0-0. Settle. Miro tiempo esta noche global. Vancouver is struggling. Wouldn't have expected this. 45 minutes away for Cartaginés to go to extra time. Unless they win 1-0. Or draw 1-1. As long as Cartaginés scores, Vancouver would have to score 2. And they've barely scored 1. Missed a penalty. It's going to be tough. Oh, the Leafs game is over. Yay. Let's see how bad it was. 4-2. John Tavares and Matthew Nyes with the points, or with the goals. It was 3-1, then 4-1, and then 4-2. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight, we'll be back. Sit tight, be back. 45 more minutes. Oh, so you're about to be like that guy from Shameless. Either way. Yep, the NHL's back as the Olympics are over. With that being said, short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Sit tight. 0-0. Settle. Miro tiempo y global. Esta noche y global. 45 more minutes for Vancouver. Let's see what happens. Wow. Back for the stats of the half. Back for the stats of the half. 70% possession to 30% possession, 9 shots to 5, 3 shots on goal to 0, 262 accurate passes, 90% to 73, 89%. Or 59% accurate passes, and they're still somehow tied. Okay, whatever. 5 fouls to 7, 4 corners to 3, 9 shots to 5, 3 shots on goal to 0, 291 pass to 123, 90% pass accuracy to 59, 2 throws to 7, 0 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 0-0 at the half, 0-0 minuto tiempo, 0-0 global, 0-0 on aggregate. Vancouver are the better team. I'll say that much. Vancouver are the better team tonight, but they haven't scored yet. Cartaginés defensively have been strong, and frankly, they know they probably should get a goal. Whether that means they win 1-0 or draw 1-1, but Vancouver needs one at least to go to the next round, and 2 probably if it's 1-1. But yeah, I know. It's 3-0 Mexico. What's happening with the Whitecaps? Defensively, they're getting stymied. Cartaginés is doing all they can just to get to their 1 goal and hold it to a draw, at least to extra time. With that being said, Cincinnati Leafs lose. They're likely out of playoff contention. Thomas Muller coming on at the half. Chat just became too political. I don't want to add to it. Feel a little toxic. I didn't say anything, so it ain't my fault. I mean, I get it, though. Really, frankly, here's my statement. Both sides are getting played against each other so the elites can have their culture war and hide behind the culture war, frankly. It's up versus down, not left versus right. That's my statement. It's the elite versus the peasants. Look up the French Revolution. That's happening again. Leafs are selling. They should. Cartaginés' coach Amarini is known as the Chapin Jurgen Klopp. Well, that's cool. So. '45th minute. They pretty much said what happened. Like, the propaganda was what happened. They just omitted the fact that everybody on the elite level was part of it. But believing in the conspiracies 10 years ago at least means you were ahead of the curve in some way, shape, or form. A lot of people didn't believe in the conspiracies a decade ago. But if you did believe in the conspiracies a decade ago and read them, you feel backstabbed because it was everybody, not just the people that they were telling you to be mad at. It was the people who were also saying you should be mad at the people they were pointing the finger at. So, do with that what you will. 46th minute. Do with that what you will. Avalanche are doing well tonight, up 3-1 against the Mammoth. At least your team's good. Yeah, I agree with that. The only person who shouldn't play from the Olympics is Sidney Crosby. That's because he's hurt. Either way. Guess they don't miss him. The Avs are good anyway. Oh, this is going to be fun. Mayweather-Pacquiao, September 19th on Netflix. I'll watch it. Why not? It's going to be garbage, man. It was bad enough 12 years ago. Mayweather-Pacquiao, oh my God. I want to see how much worse this one is. 10 years ago was already 10 years too late. Playing forward. Sabi goes down the box. No penalty. Stop diving. Stop diving. I thought Mayweather-Pacquiao number 1 was 2014. Shot. Well, no, I think I was wearing... No, I guess it was 2015. Okay, so 11 years ago. But yeah, 10 years ago was already 10 years too late for that fight. We're doing a number 2. I'm just going to watch it to see how bad this one is compared to the first one. They should have fought in 2008 to 2012. Yep. And then Floyd ducked him until 2015. 2014, 15. Were you watching Guatemala, Algeria? Probably not. May 2nd, 2015, Mayweather-Pacquiao. Oh, yeah, I was still in junior high when that fight was going on. That's why I felt like it was 2014. Because I thought it was like fall 2014 instead of spring 2015. Because I was thinking of Mayweather versus McGregor, which I was in high school for, but that was in August of 2017. Okay, yeah. So that's why I got confused. Okay. Actually did buy that pay-per-view. Gotta do Trinidad FIFA Series games, playoffs. Canada will be done, don't worry. But yeah, CONCACAF playoffs, FIFA playoff, UEFA playoffs, Trinidad, FIFA Series. I'll look at that schedule. I'll probably need one of those freaking Lando branded Monster Energies during those days. But either way, Canada versus Uzbekistan, I'll be live for it. I'll be live for the Canada games, of course. Like, those are the 2 things I know I'll be live for. I haven't made the March schedule yet, except for March 1st and 2nd, or March 1st. Because it was, Sunday? Because the 28th is a Saturday, and there was a Sunday game. Either way, header wide off the post. Yep, that's why. Okay. Saved by Bersenio, 52 minutes. But yeah. Rematch. Mayweather coming out of retirement after he has an exhibition fight against Tyson. And then he's coming out of retirement. September 19th, 2026. Curacao, Australia is going to be lit. I agree with that. The sad part is we'll see how they do with their new manager, but at least Curaçao's going to get some games in. Oh, Pacquiao's going to have an exhibition fight this spring as well. At the Sphere. "43rd minute. I agree with that. Should put your family first. I'm not saying that he was wrong. I agree. You should put your family first. It's sad to see that happen, or sad to see that his daughter is ill. So it's a good thing he's taking care of her. Family always comes first. Always. 54th minute. Vancouver. I wish Costa Rica was at the CONCACAF World Cup playoffs representing CONCACAF. Well, they weren't good enough. Header, save. They weren't good enough to make it. Is there extra time if nobody wins this game? If it's a 0-0 draw, we go to extra time. If it's a scoring draw, Cartaginés wins because of away goals. Gaite and Pereira coming on for Cartaginés. Cartaginés are from Costa Rica, if that's what your question is. And Sporting's from Panama. Playing forward. "55th minute. Suriname doesn't seem any better. 3-0 Iceland. Hot take, Costa Rica never did anything in 2014 after CONCACAF in the World Cup. Everybody thought they would have a Gold Cup by now. Hope you're talking about the guy watching the Mexico-Iceland game. I mean, yeah. Who wouldn't? Like, who wouldn't? She is cute. She is adorable. I mean, point blank period. I mean, she is. You want my answer? Yeah, she is. Wide. So I do believe, yeah, she is. Hey, you asked the question. I'm not blind. Like when somebody seems to have a good personality and they're cute. I mean, I'm not blind. Like, you got to be blind to say she ain't. Wow, my eyes work. At least my glasses work. And I'm a libertarian, so there's a difference. Either way. I'm just saying what I see. I mean, it doesn't mean shit. It don't mean shit to me. I'm just saying what I see. It's not like it matters to me. But since they're popular for their 15 minutes of fame and you want to ask if somebody's cute, goal for Vancouver! Kenji Cabrera finally slots one for the Whitecaps. There it is, off the volley, 1-0. Vancouver 1-0. Don't think so. Kenji Cabrera scores. Yeah, it's over. Now you got me wondering. Hold on. Now you got me wondering. She's 20, okay. Damn, you scared me, Henry G. She's 20. And it's 1-0 Vancouver. Yeah, because I think she was in the freaking Beijing Olympics, and that's why she quit. So that, either way, 58th minute, 1-0. Because I had no idea. VAR check for the goal. 1-0 on aggregate. Kendrick Cabrera scored. Let's see. I don't understand what they're looking at. I thought it looked onside to me. Goal for Vancouver. Okay. I was like, where was the offside? Comunicaciones is on the brink of being relegated. Lol. Ty Simpson is the quarterback, too, for the... Oh, yeah, no, Trinidad is staying in college. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that ain't bad. Thought the combine started on the 26th. What? One 0 61st minute. Ozzie Jackson coming on in the second half. Emmanuel Sabi. Go Galaxy, says BC. He fed the McDonald's. He's fed freaking all these freaking sports teams McDonald's before. He's done this 30 times now. Like, I remember when there was a government shutdown, and I think, was it LSU that went to the White House in the first term and he fed a McDonald's? It was somebody. I don't remember. It was somebody. I think it was LSU. But it was like during a government shutdown and all that. And I think LSU went straight after, right before COVID. Yeah, I think, yeah, it was LSU. Funny how Trump fed the hockey team McDonald's. Yeah. Corner. He's been doing that. Cross in. Ever since that one time there was a government shutdown and he had to do it, he's been doing it. It's like his thing. Sportline. I mean, talk about Comunicaciones. Didn't they have like a different group that made their jerseys? How we doing, BC? Damn, Robert Thomas is leaving the Blues for a temporary leave of absence due to a personal matter and is expected to return on Friday. Yeah, he's going to the Habs. He's getting traded. So he's going to the Habs. Okay, we see it. Well, Juventus is not an American team, so no. Said he got washed. Yep. Feel that. Free kick for Vancouver. Yep, feel that one. I think they would all puke. Imagine being Italian getting fed McDonald's. I think Italians would puke if they got fed McDonald's. Now, Italian Americans and Italian Canadians are a whole different story. Wide. That's a different story. I think Italian Americans and Italian Canadians would eat McDonald's in a pinch, but even I'm kind of getting sick of McDonald's, to be honest. Even I'm kind of getting sick of it. It's not good anymore. It's not good anymore. It's just sad, man. It's not even good anymore. Playing forward. Burger King? No. I like DQ better. I like Wendy's better. I like White Castle better. But that's not exactly. Wendy's, Hardee's, DQ. I don't really like Burger King. Culver's? Oh, I love Culver's. But that's more fast casual than anything. But I love Culver's. Culver's is amazing. I haven't gone to Shake Shack. Or Five Guys, for that matter. Phrasing. Habit Burger? I'm not in California. And Hardee's is what Carl's... And Hardee's is Carl's Jr. So when I say Hardee's, I mean Carl's Jr. Shot wide. Oh, man, if Cartaginés scored there. Oof. Oof, Maron. Oh, that was so close. 1-0 for Vancouver. 1-0 aggregate, 1 on the night. 1-0 on the night. Vancouver leads. Missed the buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich, but McDonald's got rid of it during COVID budget cuts. So, hey, you know how I feel when it comes to the white hot chocolate when they got rid of that. 66th minute. The Kachuk Bros completed the biggest goal in their lives, appearing on Fox News. They actually did. They actually did. 67th minute. Makeup spent hours on Brady and still couldn't make him look acceptable for TV. He literally looks dumber every time I see him. That dude eats crayons. He thinks they have flavors. Playing forward. Pretty sure if they decide to spread it to the rest of the country, that's going to be bigger than McDonald's in a quick second. Tastes like a burger at your local mom and pop burger shack. It's so good. Hopefully they do. Or I'll just go to California. I don't know. Again, it's 1-0 Vancouver, 1-0 on aggregate. Vancouver leads. If they allow a goal and it's still 1-1, at the end of the night, Cartaginés would advance. Playing forward. Huh. 68th minute. Then we got Vancouver, LA Galaxy versus Sporting later. 68th minute, saved. Only fast food I have once in a while. If I do once in a while is In-N-Out, Wendy's, Jersey Mike's, which I had tonight, Panda Express, that's about it. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there's In-N-Out in Texas. Yeah, I don't think there's any around here. Frankly, yeah, I've never tried In-N-Out either. Ozzie Jackson shot blocked. I'd love to try Shake Shack. I'd love to try all three, I guess, but haven't tried Shake Shack, but either way. Another waste of week for TFC is as they haven't signed Sargent still. They're closer, though. But Wendy's, Jersey Mike's, Penn Station, Hardee's, DQ, some random bar around here. I don't even know. Wings and something? I don't know. Some random bar around here. And Cabrera's down hurt. Prime Tahiti, prime Mexico, lol. Yeah. Substitutions at 71st minute, 4-0 Mexico. Of course it is. I mean, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Randall Gritchick got a non-roster invite for the Yankees. Like, that's going to help anything. Like, that's going to help anything. He's garbage. Substitution, 72-minute. Well, playing forward. Andres Cubason for Cabrera. '73rd minute. Right now, Whitecaps are holding on. Still 1-0. Vancouver looking to advance, and they look like they're barely going to scrape through, which is shocking. Vancouver's not the same. Did they miss their chance? Now we got to start asking. Oilers scored 13 seconds in. Damn. Now we got to start asking the question. I know it's only 3 games in for Vancouver. Header. Saved. Oh my, Cartaginés. Oh, down in the box. That's a free kick the other way. Oof. Now, think about this. I mean, they're playing Toronto this weekend, so. Okay. I mean, Vancouver is playing Toronto on Saturday, so that might change things. But right now, man, I'm really going to jinx Toronto here. But did Vancouver miss their chance to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup? Did they miss their best chance? Did they waste it to win the Champions Cup, to win MLS Cup? Did they miss their shot? Well, I mean, that's a question, because Vancouver don't look as good as they did last year so far. Maybe they missed their shot. Maybe they missed their opening to win the Champions Cup and the MLS Cup. I'm not saying they can't be in the running this year, but they don't look as dominant as they did at points last year. '75th minute. What happened, Rory? Vancouver. Ocampo. Ah. 76th minute. Lol. Well, I mean, Austin Matthews is a Mexican-American, yeah? I mean, I don't have any. I mean, I understand why you were happy to see it, but Austin wearing a USA on his chest, didn't want him to win. I didn't want him to win. And let's be honest, Leafs fans hate their own players. Let's be real. I mean, you know, Leafs fans, like, there's Oh, off the post. There's a really big thing about Leafs fans hating their own players, especially when they're not performing and shit's going south. I mean, Austin just had to frickin' meet Donald Trump and be laughing. I don't know. You know, cross in, cleared away. I agree with that. It's sad to see what's going on after the chaos that's going on down there after the cartel lord got offed, so to speak. It's sad to see. Hope things calm down at least a little bit. I mean, Jack Hughes, I think, is part Canadian, which is who scored the goal, but either way. Either way. 79th minute. Honestly, I'm not mad about that, but that screws over like a fourth of the teams who qualified, so I think there's enough Canadian stadiums to host 48 teams. I think, yeah. Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, Hamilton. Might take a little bit of a quick run up of crash course, but I think it could happen. Get the 48 teams through, but either way. 1-0 lead for the Vancouver Whitecaps with 11 minutes to go plus stoppage time. I mean, it's going okay. Vancouver's, I wouldn't say struggling, but they have only scored one goal. So if Cartaginés can score against the run of play, they'd be leading on away goals. It'd be a bit shocking. 80th minute. World Baseball Classic starts a week from today. Damn. To Vancouver. Well, there you go. That's the game. Aziel Jackson. Ball crossed in. Top of the box. Shot. Blocked away. Berhalter gets it back and slots it top bins. 2-0. And the worry is over. Sebastian Berhalter. Got it done. 80th minute. 2-0 on the night and on aggregate. 2-0 esta noche y global. There it is. And that'll do it. Vancouver will advance to play the Sounders, but Vancouver looks shaky. Boom. Top bins. Berhalter scored. Montero coming on for Cartaginés. 81st minute, 2-0. LAFC game. LA Galaxy is next. LAFC played yesterday. Vancouver is better. Hey, Cartaginés played tough for 180 minutes. Or 170. But you know what? Vancouver just were the better team, and they finally got through. They finally got through it. You got to be kidding me. Brandon Aubrey wants $10 million a year as a kicker. The Cowboys want to give him $7.5 million, which would give him the highest paid kicker contract in the NFL. And he still wants 10. You know what? That's adorable. I mean, I didn't even watch it because I forgot to watch Raw on Monday. I won't lie, but I'm glad to hear AJ's going to the Hall of Fame. But I didn't watch it at all. At this point, I didn't watch it at all. I didn't watch it at all. Either way, I can't tell you I didn't watch it at all. I just know AJ's going to the Hall of Fame, which is awesome. But at this point, I don't even. Either way. So what, 5 more teams in the tournament or whatever? Wow. You need 5 more to play 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, you need 5 more. I don't know. I guess. Honestly, is the prelim round stupid? Yeah, I would say so. Would it be better if it was, I guess, just all 32 playing? But I guess you got to give championships some, I don't know. Got to give championships some bye. Not like there ever was when there was just a round of 16, but what do I know? Either way. It's already a joke. Acting like the round of 32 wouldn't be a joke. You put the 5 champion teams in there with 5 teams from Central America and whatever. A round of 32 would be a joke. I told you, that's why a group stage doesn't work. Look at these games. There hasn't even been an upset. Best we've seen when it comes to teams who are underdogs holding on for dear life is 90 minutes. That's it. There have been no upsets this year. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. The last chance we have is the Galaxy versus the Sporting San Miguelito. The next game. Because there's no way Defense Force is coming back from 5-0 down. There's no way. So the next game's our last chances at an upset for a Central American Caribbean team. I guess technically we still have Mount Pleasant playing the round of 16 and Alajuelense playing in the round of 16. But LAFC versus Alajuelense, well, how do you think that's going to go? And Mount Pleasant versus, how do you think that's going to go? Thoughts on Toronto's FC performance? They were garbage this weekend. Watch the review. Call the Pirate. 86 minute. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess there was no overrun on one of those basketball games then. Either way. You don't like the UEFA Conference European Competition round of 32? I don't give a shit, man. Chelsea's never played a round of 32 as long as this new format's been used as well, because they missed that first European competition season. They went straight to the round of 16 last year, and they went straight to the round of 16 this year. I mean, I guess it gives teams more opportunities and more games. I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't give a shit about Europe. It's not really my problem to really worry about, eh? 87th minute. That was weird. It is a round of 32, but it's not. It's the 16 teams that didn't make the top 8 playing each other to get to the round of 16. So technically it's a round of 32, but it's not. '89th minute. Not exactly, but I guess there's more buys, so yeah, sure. Vancouver. Penalty? Nope. Okay, no, it's advantage played. I was like, that's a penalty, I swear. 89th minute. Not that it matters, but... '90th minute. See how much stoppage time we have. '90th minute. How much will there be? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. '94. '91st minute. Well, Pachuca won. So... 92 minutes. Cruz Azul didn't. That's bad. Well, okay, yeah, but 1-1. Pachuca won against the Libertadores champion. Pachuca won against Botafogo. Cruz Azul lost to Flamengo. "92nd minute. "92 minutes. One more minute to go. Well, yeah, no, it can't be Toronto anyway. Yeah, I agree, though. Whoever comes out of CONCACAF better beat the Libertadores champion. Yes, I agree. That will be wild. Oof. "94th minute. That would be wild. "94th minute. "20 more seconds, but I think the whistle's about to be blown. Just blow the whistle. Kick it. Vancouver. Seconds to go. And the referee blows the whistle. It's full time. 2-0 for the Whitecaps. They're going to advance to the next round to play Seattle Sounders. 2-0 on the night and on aggregate. 2-0 esta noche y global. Vancouver avanzar. They almost screwed it up, but they got it done. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share it with the family. All that great stuff. I will see you in a couple of minutes for the LA Galaxy versus Sporting San Miguelito second leg live. We'll review that game once it's over, unless it's just totally an ass kicking. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.